Hello, my name is Peter Phelps of Phelps 3D, and in this FreeCAD tutorial, I'm going to describe how to make a teardrop ornament for your Christmas tree, which is sort of coming here soon. So I'm going to describe how to design that. And so we're starting off in Part Workbench. We have a new document, and we're going to create a new sketch. We're going to say XY plane and say OK. And basically we're just going to draw a small circle from the origin out, and for this one we're going to set a click on it, select it, and set the radius to 2 millimeters. So it's going to look kind of small, but this sets it to about 4 millimeter diameter, which is a decent size. We're going to close that, and then we're going to take and copy it about 6 times. Copy and paste. I'm just going Control C, Control V. So I have 6 of the circuit sketches. Then we're going to take the last one. I'm going to switch this over so we can see. Zoom out a bit. We're going to take the last one, and first we're going to move it so that it's at 60 millimeters. Hopefully you can see both of those. Okay. And then I'm going to double click, and I'm going to change the radius of that one to 0.75 millimeters. So it's going to be smaller. This is going to be the top point of the ornament. And go back like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to go in and change the other to 1.5 millimeters. So all I do is double click on them to open them up. I'm going to change those to 1.5. And then we're going to move. So I take the top one, the second to the top one. I'm going to move it to 50. And then I'm going to move it out slightly in X. And then move it a little bit more. And the next one, I'm going to move up to 40. Actually, let's go 50. Oh, sorry. 30. And then I want it to be moved out. This is going to be the one you want furthest away from the center. So I'm going to go out more. Let's see, about 10 millimeters out, and then bring it this way a little bit. Let's say negative 10, negative 10. And well, maybe I should make this higher. 35. And then 25. Huh. Did I hit 8 or something? I'm hitting 25, but it's going, where is it going? Get that one. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna move this one. 3 each. And then, actually, let's put negative 1. Some things disappeared. So we've got sort of wrap in and wrap out type of profile. Okay, and we're going to change to the part workbench. And we're going to create a loft. And you just want to click these in order, add them to the loft. And create a solid. Say OK. Well, I might want to move a couple of those out. Let's see. Up a little further. That's better. So that kind of wraps, comes back. Okay, and don't ask me why they don't make the sketches hide as soon as you've created an object, but I like to select them and disappear once I'm done manipulating them. So that was just, I hit the space bar to hide it. Okay, and so what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the torus object. And of course the default's huge. So we're going to take the torus and we're going to change it to go 3 millimeters and then 1 millimeter, and then we're going to move it slightly. Oops. And you might want to look at the bottom just to see how much. You kind of want it to be so that the edge is slightly inside. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 of these. So we want them to be so we're going to put it like that. And then what we're going to do is, because of the way this is going to set up, you don't want to make the cut or try to combine it, because sometimes it will fail at that point if you try to combine it after you've created the arrays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this object and cut it by this, but I'm going to copy the torus first. Control C, Control V, and then I'm going to hide that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the loft, and I'm going to you can use Control or Shift, and then I'm going to make a cut. Now, what that does is it subtracts the one part. Oh, well, that won't work. I need to do it the other way, sorry. Because this thing's going to rotate around, it will fill in that spot. So, oops. So it's going to have to be the other way around. I'm going to have to copy through it. This is the tricky part. When you do booleans on stuff like this, and they're both circular type items, it can be fun to figure out the design. Maybe I will see if I can just do both arrays and then combine them, but I'll almost bet you it'll fail. Well, it's okay. What I can do, let's see if I do this. Let's go ahead and go to the draft, click the torus, create an array. We're going to change the array from ortho to polar. I'm going to say 4, or you could say 3. Doesn't really matter. The whole reason I'm doing the torus flat like this is to make sure that if you wanted to print this and you don't want to do a raft, that what you're printing won't just fall over because while it's printing, So I'm gonna go for, and what we can do is we can copy the loft. CS, which will be, and then hide the original loft. And then I'm going to try to go back to part, take the array, and cut the loft out of it. Nope, that didn't work. This is one of those, like I said, circular items are sometimes a very, very, very big pain to do. See what it did? It didn't. All it did is, that's supposed to be hollow. So what I could do, delete that cut, delete the new block, delete all the sketches from it. What I can try to do is just a cylinder cut, but I gotta get the array in there too. So let's go ahead and bring this back. We're gonna go back to this part draft. We're gonna go ahead and give that make that an array. Oops, I didn't have it selected. We're gonna change that array to 4, 2, and we're going to just give that a 9. 9 should be good. This one comes with, so I made it a little bit bigger than the other one. So I just add 20. It comes out really pretty. Okay, so the problem is trying to combine this with this. Sometimes you can just stick this on top of it. If you were doing this on like a printer bot or one of the other RepRap printers, just select both of them and export it. But Makerbot, their Makerware, if I do that, it'll consider that a difference and make a big hole in the middle of it where they overlap. So we could try to just combine them. We'll see. But I'll almost guarantee this will fail. Let's see what happens. Of course, FreeCAD 16 may be better than FreeCAD that I originally designed this in. I think it was 13 at the time, and it definitely failed on me when I was working on it. So yes, FreeCAD does improve over time, but it's still possible. Booleans are hard. Even in Blender, whenever you combine and cutting, etc., you can have problems whenever you're doing these Boolean operations. So, and you have to wait, like, the longer it seems to take, usually means the worse it might get. That's just in my opinion. In my experience, if it takes too long, it probably is going to have a problem. Well, I'm going to pause because you don't need to sit here and wait for it to spin and spin and spin. Well, I was right. It didn't work. It's all black, so that's not going to work. I'm going to delete the fusion. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to add a cone. And, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the torus array. And then I'm going to set the bottom of the cone to the 2. It's already at 2 millimeters. Okay. I need to make sure that's. It looks like it's okay. Trying to make sure that the 2 is matching that, slightly over it if it needs to be. Now the fun part is to figure out what the radius should be for the top. And I'm going to bring the top down a little bit so that's kind of matching the. That's right up there. Um, 2.75. Nope. 2.5. That's probably good enough. What we'll do is we'll bring the torus back up. And I should have I didn't take that step. I need to make sure that the torus, my bad. I just need to make sure that the torus was in line with the base here at the bottom. Otherwise it would have had a big gap. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the torus and we're going to cut the cone from it. And then we're going to go back to draft, create an array. Oops, I forgot to click cut. Create an array and change it to polar. We'll do the 4 again. Okay, so what should hopefully be happening is that if we take that array, there is a hole. There actually is a hole. You want to make sure that there is. But hopefully they should connect now. So let's see what happens. Now, I'll check. Okay, we're going to go to part. And now we're going to see if that will merge fusion. I'm going to pause again just because I don't know how long this may or may not take. Well, it didn't like that either. The good news is that most likely all we have to do is go ahead and export the 2 parts. Because they shouldn't be overlapping anymore. The Makerbot software won't subtract wherever they were overlapping, or this is close enough that they shouldn't subtract anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and File save. I'm going to call it Teardrop 2 because I think just select Control, select, or Shift, export. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just using that. And then I'll close FreeCAD. Open that tab basic. STL, open. And we got the that means there's a problem. And click the red cross for repair. Let's do automatic repair, default repair, execute, apply repair, movable part. And that one should be 3D printable. Part, export, STL. I'll just leave the default, save. Now this pops up sometimes. Basically all I do is click optimize and say export. And that STL file will be ready for print. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.